Let's stick with Deathstroke, kid.
Aww, but Slade is so much more fun to say. Slade.
Is this going somewhere?
So, Harley told me that you can regenerate? Like, if you cut off your finger, it just grows back?
Yeah, something like that.
Like a plant?
I couldn't say.
It's called pruning. Making selective cuts to a plant's stems so more new ones will grow in their place. If you cut your finger off, do more new fingers grow in? Like an inflorescence of phalanges?
That would be something.
Can we try? I promise I'll only cut a little one.
I think I'll reserve the pruning for my bonsai tree, kiddo.
Hey, Mr. Deathstroke! Have you given any more thought to your inflorescent phalanges?
Look, kid, I've lost plenty of fingers in my day, and as you can see, they all grew back singular.
Aww. Well, there goes that hypothesis.
What about you?
What about me?
You're a plant, right? You must be able to regrow your stems?
I mean, yeah. I technically regenerated my whole existence.
Now see, I don't think even my super serum can do that.
Super serum? So you're just a meat sack after all.
Well, I figure killing other meat sacks helps offset my carbon footprint some.
I mean, in terms of carbon dioxide emissions, one dead meat sack is equivalent to planting over 100 trees.
Now ain't that something?
Anyway, I still want to test your blood. Gimme.
You're not the first person to try and run experiments on me. Well, you might be the first plant person to try.
You smell like flag, but not like flag. Like suffering, but with something pleasant? It's weird.
Therapy will do that.
What's therapy? It sounds gross.
Well, I thought so too at first. But changing the way you think can be pretty handy.
Like how?
Well, it turns out when you're not focusing on your anger, disemboweling your enemy with a single stroke of your sword is easier. And much more satisfying.
Whoa! Cool!
Can't let your actions be guided by emotion. Otherwise, they start leading you off track.
But when I see my plant babies being trampled and poisoned, I get really mad, and then I get real murdery. Isn't that a good thing?
Well, it can be, to a certain extent. But eventually, you'll start losing sight of the big picture.
I think that's what happened to the old Ivy. Do you think the other Ivy ever tried therapy?
Didn't really know her, but she was in Arkham, so there's a good chance they tried everything. Thing is, you gotta want to change for it to work. You can't force someone to do it.
Okay. If I wanted to do therapy, what then?
Well, Quinn's given me a few pointers. But you're still a kid. Give yourself a chance to sort things out first.
But look how messed up you turned out. And Pamela? Oh no, I want to nip this in the bud now.
You're a plucky one. Reminds me of my daughter. Now that I think of it, she's named after a plant too.
Really?
Yeah, a flower actually. Her name's Rose.
Does she have thorns too?
Oh, you bet she does.
Rose Wilson. Where is Rose now?
Oh, she's around. She's actually following in her old man's footsteps. Sword and all.
So she kills meat sacks too?
She's got a real knack for it.
Does she have a villain name? Ooh, is it Death Rose?
That ain't half bad. But no, she goes by, Ravager.
Aw. She should have chosen a plant name. Like Nightshade.
Yeah. That one was taken.
Bummer. I guess a lot of the cool ones are probably already taken. I mean, look at you and Deadshot. You guys basically have the same name.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, come on. Deadshot? Deathstroke? Everyone is constantly getting your names mixed up. Maybe you should change yours. How about Hemlock? Or Snake Root? Oh, or Hogweed. Hug.
I'm glad you're getting a kick out of this, Sprout.
So, now that we're friends, can I have just a little bit of your blood? Please?
No can do. You'll need special government clearance first. Might even have to ask the president.
You mean the meat sack who does nothing about all the oil polluting the air and soil? No thanks. Come on, just one vial. For the good of plant kind?
What do you want it for?
Nothing crazy. Just want to reverse engineer your regeneration abilities so I can make a serum that makes meat sack's limbs fall off.
Huh. Interesting prospect. But it'll be a lot less fun slicing off arms and legs if they just fall off on their own. Plus, there's the mess.
The one good thing about meat sacks is that they're 100% biodegradable, and their blood and bones are super nutrient rich.
You're a smart kid. I'll give you that. And I wouldn't worry about turning out like the old Ivy too much. You're in a different league.
You mean it?
Like I said, I didn't know her well, but I bet my good eye that she never came up with an idea like that.
Huh. Speaking of your eye...
Not a chance, kid.
So, Deathstroke, how's your regeneration work? Like, say you get, I don't know, a finger chopped off.
It'd probably grow back.
But what happens to the finger? Does it grow a new Deathstroke?
No.
So theoretically, you're stranded on an island, you're starving, could you just eat yourself?
Well, I've been stranded on a bunch of islands before. It hasn't come up. Deadshot, as you cannot both be world's greatest assassin, would you consume Deathstroke to claim his power?
What? No! No! I mean, does that shit work?
Oh yes, and humans are often low in complex carbohydrates.
Huh.
Deathstroke, got a question for you about your regen.
Shoot.
Say you get punched in the mouth. Would your teeth grow back?
My teeth always grow back.
We know, Zarko, we know! Fine, I'll ask. Slatums, if you can regenerate anything, how come the old peeper doesn't grow back?
It does. It does? Yeah, grows back nightly. But I'm a better shot without it. So every morning I wake up, take my sword, and gouge that sucker out.
And they said you didn't have a sense of humor! you aren't joking, right?
Am I? I guess you'll find out tomorrow.
Yo, Deathstroke, so about that regen.
What about it?
Say you get sliced in half. Sideways. Which half grows back, top or bottom?
Harleen, the man is not a worm.
Look, I'm just asking, in case it happens.
It's not gonna happen.
Sheesh, okay. So, Slade, if you got a bullet lodged in your brain, would you still be able to use like 90% of it?
What?
That's what they used to say about you. World's #1 killer genius. And he uses 90% of his brain.
Oh, that's a myth. We all use 100% of our brains.
Kid's right. But get this. According to a study, about 2/3 of Americans believe we only use 10%.
No shit. How'd you know that?
I'm a killer genius.
So, I was thinking about you, Regen.
Actually, I got a question for you, Quinn. Batman, you were the one who killed him, right?
I mean, it was a team effort. Sure, Harley did the bit, though.
Huh. What was it like?
You ever get really smashed and buy a bunch of random crap online and think, yes, this will fix all my problems? Then the next day you wake up with a hangover and 6 novelty winged toasters?
No. Found out early on my regen makes it impossible to dull the pain with alcohol.
That's what I was gonna ask. Jinx! As for the Batman thing, pros and cons. Saved the world. It was kinda cathartic. But he'll definitely be steamed about it when we run into him again.
Huh. I see. Thanks, Quinn.
God, at least do me the professional courtesy of not sneaking up on me.
Oh, sorry. Force a habit. Just need some of your time.
Why? Are you double-fisting coffee? Why are you double-fisting coffee?
Reishi and cordyceps mushroom blend bullet coffee with a shot of whey. Made extra, thought you might want some.
Yeah, no thanks. I'm good.
I like mine with a little turmeric and a bit of vanilla. You should try it sometime.
I'll make my own.
So, how's the wife? You got a chance to talk to her lately?
Yeah, no, I ain't doing this. And he keeps doing it. There's only one reason for that behavior. Somebody put out a hit on me again. Or even Zoe. And he's trying to take us out.
Whoa, slow down there, Floydie. Just 'cause a guy brings you weird coffee doesn't mean he's trying to murder you. Maybe he's like, an awkward flirt.
What? I'm married. And I'm not interested in him. Y'all all really think Freeze is the only one with a wife here? Damn.
It was a joke, Floyd. He's probably just trying to make friends. You do got a lot in common. The killing for money, the names, the kids, the paranoia, the jumping to conclusions.
What's that supposed to mean? What you trying to imply?
See? Slade said the same thing back at Arkham when I was treating him. Of course, that was about how his professional life bled into his personal life. Literally.
It's creepy. He just shows up behind you with some drink in hand and offers it to you.
It's human connection. Just humor the old guy a little.
Now, I know you're not about to walk up to me with some damn green juice.
Green smoothie. My own secret blend for post-workout. Great for recovery. No government assistance required.
That's really thoughtful, actually. But it's still creepy. I don't even work out at the same time every day.
It's when I'd work out. We've got a lot in common. Both mercenaries, both dads, both have kids in the game.
Zoe is not in the game.
Still, you're someone who gets it.
Wish I got this.
I need someone to talk to. Quinn suggested it.
I knew it.
To be clear, Dr. Quinzel suggested it during one of my first stints in Arkham.
Man, you are really bad at taking advice. Alright, while I do appreciate the post-mission protein balls, I need some reassurances.
I don't have a contract to kill you, Zoe, your wife, or any immediate family or associates, including the rest of the squad and A.R.G.U.S.
Well, why not talk to Freeze? Or Shark? Or Quinn, for that matter? She literally has the training.
Freeze isn't a parent. Shark's only a young adult. And Quinn scares me. She knows things.
That's the point.
You're one of the few guys like me out there. And you're the only one with your shit together. Hell, I'm envious of that. You got it all.
My shit's not as together as it looks. I like to think I'm better about it. Or at least trying to be. Alright. I'll make a deal with you. We survive this. I help you get your house in order. You retire and spend time with your family.
I don't see why.
Because the world don't need you and your family bullshit on top of what we already gotta deal with. Knowing your destabilizing ass, you'd probably take over a small island nation to prove to your daughter you care.
Huh. I think that'd work.
Call her on the phone once in a while, man. Be active in her life. Don't interfere with her work. Cheer her on.
Fine. Deal. You're the expert.
Damn right I am.
How did you get this number?
Riddler! Just the self-absorbed sad sack I was looking for. Oh, this reminds me of a joke. What do two narcissists talk about at each other?
Hello to the only Joker in the multiverse who hasn't bitten the proverbial dust. Better the decaying clown I knew than whatever this is.
Wow, cutting deep already. But I'm not here to talk about myself. I'm here to talk about yourselves.
Delightful. I can't wait.
See, in my world, you were a real social butterfly, best buds with everyone, chummier than fish bait. You were positively codependent. Not just with me, but with the whole gang. We couldn't get rid of you.
That doesn't sound like me. None of you could have possibly matched my intellect, let alone be worthy of equal treatment.
You know what you Eddies have in common? The pathological need for approval.
Oh, Joker, I have some questions for you about your inferior Riddler.
I'm all thumbs. I mean ears.
His riddles. Surely they were droller and more trite than mine?
After 20 or 30, they all start to sound the same. It's the rhyming meter.
Foolish to expect honesty from a lesser double. The shame must be unbearable. I can't imagine how you cope.
For starters, by not poisoning myself and dying. That's a little too method actor for me. I'm more of a yes and psychopath.
Agreed. But at least he was obsessed with Batman. You're just obsessed with yourself.
I help people to die. I murdered all of my friends. I did it for them. Would a narcissist do that?
Please, keep talking about yourself. Dig the hole even deeper.
Oh, I'll dig a hole, all right. Through your skull! You know, I love our little chats. Are you free for lunch?
Hello? Who is this?
Riddler, my loquacious teaser of brains. I'm stuck on a crossword.
Joker. Did you buy another burner? I told you to stop calling me. Now I sound like one of those dullards in the squad.
But we're pals, Eddie! And you haven't been picking up, even when I call in the middle of the night. My postcard was returned to sender. Are you seeing other villains?
Holy Batman, kid, do you need a hobby? Okay, let me break this down for you. No pair-ups, no co-conspirators, no partners.
Oh, thank you. Was it that hard to open up? I love it when we speak our truths. Oh, come on. I can hear you seething. Is it that embarrassing to be friends with someone?
I don't need friendship. I have something better. Control. The squad does my challenges, answers my calls. They need me.
You sure it's not the other way around? 'Cause that would be funny.
I'm sure. Goodbye. Joker? Are you there? Well, call me back when you get a chance. It's Riddler. You know, I've been thinking, and I would like to discuss some matters with you further. Just, call me back, will you?
In my many encounters with these anomalies, the data I've gleaned has been invaluable, but not without cost. Indeed, the anomalous Earthlings have begun to seek each other out, forming a coalition of little minds. And the so-called assassin sent after me, contained on another Earth now, but still a sticking point. I have sustained considerable losses. My number of iterations is dwindling. All this has only served to spur my research even further. And yet, I am no longer scientifically objective about Task Force X. My experiment now has far too many extraneous variables. To use an Earthling colloquialism that has infected my vocabulary, I fear I have become lost in the source. As riveting as this hour-long staring contest surrounded by your soldiers has been, I doubt this interrogation session will be one for the books, if it's nothing but silence.
I'm not a fan of surprises, and your arrival was a surprise. Even more of a surprise is that you showed up alone.
Your felonious lackeys were very insistent that this meeting of the minds occur, then refused to provide an escort. Quite rude.
I'll send them to finishing school when I get them back. You really let them bring you this low.
Did you really not predict they would try to steal my ship? You have that Earthling saying about an infinite number of monkeys, correct? And I have gone through a seemingly infinite number of versions of you.
Oh, you haven't met a Waller like me, that's for damn sure. And if I were you, I'd be pissed that an Earthling took down my entire operation.
Many Earthlings, with several unpredictable mitigating factors, deteriorated the operations of my network.
Well, get used to being out of network in Bell Rev. No one knows you're here. Hell, no one even knows you. Maybe it'll stay that way. So, do you plan on cooperating? Or becoming a sample specimen?
Oh, Director Waller, I think we both know there are other, better choices here.
We're not so different, you and I. Is that it? Well, let me spell out the big difference. I'm in charge, and you've got a nanite bomb in your brainstem. Don't think about it for too long.
Task Force X, I need you all to huddle up for a quick debrief.
No, absolutely not. You think you could just waltz up in here and...
Dad, please. At least just hear him out. How much is that gonna hurt you?
Yeah. Ain't you even the littlest bit curious what world-famous assassin and lone wolf Deathstroke wants? Maybe he'll owe you one after.
Yes, not as valuable as a blood debt, but it still must be repaid. Please, begin your interrogation, Deathstroke. Well, that checks out. Amanda gave me a brief on what you seven were up to while I was out. Just confirming here.
I bet she called us screw-ups at every turn. But who got the job done, eh?
She said it was a miracle any of you survived, let alone managed to accomplish anything of value.
Yeah, Mandy secretly loves us.
Don't call Amanda that. I'm just gonna take it from the top. Highlights only. You didn't stand a chance on your own, but you were the only eyes in the city.
Yeah. And...
So you abducted anyone you could find to help in the war effort.
Extremely illegal and unethical. Every Waller truly is the same.
All Wallers really are the same.
Got enough resources pooled to actually neutralize the capes, but lost every single one in the process.
that ain't what the wall asked for. She said, kill the Justice League, and we did. Successfully, I might add.
One of those was Soups' fault. Have you seen, Wendy? I'd never deprive the world of that.
The point is, you failed the real mission. Picked up a consolation prize in the clown, though.
Was the mission not to stop the Justice League and save the city?
Yeah, I'm thinking that was just a mission we were given, Sharkman.
Hey, look at it this way. You may have royally screwed Amanda's plans, but you presented her with another one.
We did? Oh yeah, of course we did! We're bleeding resourceful! What was the plan?
Well, Boomer, we've brought her more Task Force stooges to happily and readily exploit. No offense.
And Brainiac has info on every world he's been to.
But you did pull Vicky and I out of a pretty nasty pair of pickles.
My name is still Victoria or Dr. Frias to you.
Oh, it's not all bad. So we gave Mandy keys to every slammer and lockup in the multiverse. What could go wrong?
Then you lucked into bringing in a potential protege and finding me.
Wait a minute, a potential what?
Thanks a lot, Big Mouth.
Of course! Amanda Waller would want a brilliant young protege. Who reminds her of herself and is willing to make the difficult calls in the field. This is exactly like the human movie,
Not now, Nanawe.
Now she's got us all strapped in for another guaranteed suicide mission. Tell me, you planning to do anything about it?
Why? So you can snitch on us? Yeah, you planning to snitch? Hey, I still hate you agreeing with me, man.
I much preferred freelance to the current arrangement.
In the Shark Kingdom, we would battle for supremacy. And I do not think we can defeat Amanda Waller.
Aw, Shark, buddy. I believe you could usurp and eviscerate anyone you put your mind to.
I wouldn't mind a new grantor with fewer restrictions on my work.
Still working on it.
We tried ditching Waller once. It ended very red. Surprisingly way out of our lane.
Wait. Lane.
Can you even drive, kid?
Ugh. Lois Lane. Lois Lane is what we do about this. You can track down Lois Lane, right, Deathstroke? It's your normal job. Minus murder.
It's also your father's job.
I really don't like you comparing me to you.
I follow Zoe Lawton's logic on this. Waller likes Deathstroke far more than any of us. Except perhaps Zoe Lawton herself.
Good point. Give Lane what she needs to pin it all on A.R.G.U.S. Get some insurance.
Oh, I've been doing that for a while.
Same here. Made a deal for a check-in on Zoe.
That explains the internship offer.
Hang on! Whoa! Have we all been ratting to Lane? Looks like, chum. Speak, oh the devil.
Yes, I have also spoken with award-winning reporter Lois Lane.
Every single one of you chatted with the investigative journalist about a top-secret op in civilian zones. Unbelievable.
Personally, I maintained professional privacy, as always. This is your choice now, Wilson. If you do report us, you're back to a task force of 1. Your odds of success significantly decrease.
Amanda won't let me retire, that's fine. But she's not letting me go out on my own terms either. I can't abide by that.
Colonel Rick Flag also wishes to retire, and fears he won't be able to.
If they don't make it happen, Sharky, I know someone who can write you some real good fanfic.
We're agreed. Please tell Ms. Lane that we wish to talk about how this ends, Wilson.
Oh, that sounds good. And a little menacing. Go with that.
What will we say to Lois Lane when we are able to meet with her?
You mean like to have her say in one of her on-air podcasts? I think we should leave that to the professional.
Agreed, Zoe. We'll put together a list of demands.
Not demands. but it wouldn't hurt to know what we'd like to do.
A grant proposal then. Leave it to me.
Just make sure it ain't all about your wife, even if she does seem nice.
You realize you've never actually spoken with Nora, correct?
He projects a lot. Bet he thinks him and the Flash are buds now.
We talked, Harls! We made a meaningful connection!
Gotta cross the T's and dot the I's here. What's everyone got for Lane? Right, I'll go first. Get the nest egg to the wife, kids, and Wintergreen. Make sure Wintergreen doesn't follow through on the other thing.
What's the other thing, huh? Something petty with the bat that'd be tasteless now?
Yes, actually.
Or at least I can let things go. I didn't plan to do shit to the Bat or Lantern. But, same.
Yeah, okay, Dad. I lined up some charities to get periodic influxes. Oh, and Lawbreakers Inc. will activate.
What is Lawbreakers, Inc.?
Don't think you want to be doing that, mate. You don't just ask what Lawbreakers Inc. is.
Zoe, they could be helpful in my plans, if you wouldn't mind the piggyback.
Depends on the plans. Hit me, Doc.
My research should reach its intended recipients, the average person in need of medical care. Your lawbreakers would be well suited for ensuring militaries and corporations profit from that research as little as possible. Nora was always far better at that part.
Hey, that totally sounds like their bag.
And a grant to find Nora a cure, of course. She deserves a life well lived. Especially for teaching me how to live mine.
Oh, I can't stand how romantic you two are. I can't.
So, what about the rest of you?
Oh, I got the whole thing planned out. Made some modifications for the new circumstances, but it all works. First thing, Ivy needs someone to guide her murderous tendencies. And I nominated old Oz. Set up adoption of Bud Jr. and Lou Jr. Even got a Bat Kid to make sure it all happens.
That's... elaborate. Like, really elaborate.
Mine's elaborate too, it's just not all planned out. Basically, it's get someone very loudly to let the rogues know I pulled off the biggest score of them all. Maybe the folks back home too. You think Lane would write an article on me?
That may be pushing her generosity.
I simply ask that word is sent to the Shark Kingdom to let them know I have died victorious in battle. They will understand the significance.
Does, that mean what I think?
I hope so.
Well, I want to attend my own funeral.
That would be impossible. This isn't a great American novel, Joker.
Then I want something big! Grand stage, my name in lights, my corpse puppeted through a Broadway-style song and dance number! And do not skimp on the sequins.
A bit macabre and grotesque, even for you.
Well, am I just supposed to go out with a whimper and no legacy? No, I refuse! Vehemently.
Maybe just come up with something that you actually want. Something that hits different.
Well, it would be, nice, I guess, if someone laughed at my first stand-up routine. I still have the notes, only slightly singed.
I believe this is a much grander tribute than any tonnage of glitter could ever bring.
So you think she got it? Did Slade explain or just jump through a skylight all, got this for you, Lane?
I made a fully itemized list, Harley, and I included every request.
Even my post-mortem stand-up comedy special? What? It's an important tradition on my Earth. I swear!
Nah, bad luck to talk about what happens when the worst happens. Invites death in.
Oh, so now you're the superstitious type, Mr. Terminator.
Dad!
That was confirmation. Administrative duties. Death understands.
I feel like she would be too busy elsewhere to take retribution should we fail.
Wait, she?
Even I know Death's a lady. Gotta be.
Okay, weird gendering of an abstract concept aside, we've done everything. Except, you know, the big thing.
Don't be nervous, kid. We all face it sooner or later. It hasn't ended me or your old man yet. Or any of the rest of these chuckleheads.
Hey, that's not what... He's right, so